Welcome to this short pre-contact training video on using Python for research. In this session, we will introduce the foundational ideas behind Python programming, specifically variables, data types, and basic operations, and show how they work together to answer a simple research question. You do not need any prior programming experience. The aim is to build familiarity and confidence before the live hands-on session. Python is widely used across disciplines because it supports clear and reproducible data analysis. Tasks that are often time-consuming or error-prone when done manually, such as recalculating averages or checking results, can be handled efficiently using Python. Importantly, Python does not replace research expertise. It supports and strengthens it. Python is commonly used through a tool called Jupyter Notebook. A Jupyter Notebook allows you to write a small piece of code, run it, and immediately see the result. This step-by-step structure is especially helpful for learning and for documenting research processes in a transparent way. One of the most important concepts in Python is the variable. A variable is simply a labeled container that stores a value, such as a measurement, a count, or a research parameter. Once a value is stored in a variable, Python can use it repeatedly and consistently throughout your analysis. Python distinguishes between different kinds of data, known as data types. Whole numbers are stored as integers, decimal values as floats, and text as strings. These distinctions matter because Python treats numbers and text differently when performing calculations. Data types are important because they influence how Python processes information. For example, Python can calculate with numbers but cannot calculate with text in the same way. Understanding this helps prevent errors and ensures that your analysis behaves as expected. Once data is stored in variables, Python allows you to perform basic operations on that data. These operations form the basis of many everyday research calculations, such as computing averages or comparing results across conditions. Let us now bring all of these ideas together using a realistic research question. We want to calculate the average score for a control group and compare that value to a predefined benchmark. This is a common analytical task across many research contexts. The first step is to store the research data using variables. The group name is stored as text, while the scores and benchmark are stored as numbers. At this point, Python is simply holding our data in a structured and readable form. Next, we aggregate the data by adding the individual scores together. This step mirrors familiar research practice, where raw measurements are combined before calculating summary statistics. We then calculate the average by dividing the total score by the number of observations. Python automatically returns a decimal value, ensuring precision in the result. Once the average has been calculated, we compare it to the benchmark. A positive difference indicates performance above the benchmark, while a negative value indicates performance below it. Finally, Python allows us to present results clearly and transparently. Labeling outputs ensures that results are easy to interpret and suitable for reporting or further analysis. Although this example is small, the same logic applies to much larger datasets. These foundational concepts support scalable and reproducible research and form the basis for more advanced Python-based analysis. Python supports research thinking by making analysis explicit, transparent, and reproducible. By understanding variables, data types, and basic operations, you are well prepared to engage meaningfully with Python in the live training session. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you complete the short assessment provided. See you in the next session.